Hello everybody and welcome back to Tlatoani, where last episode we started getting our food production somewhat online and our cash crop production online as well. So at this point, we should be coming out of debt fairly soon here, I would think. Quite soon, in fact. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. We're not too worried at this point about goods were stolen from a small cottage. I suppose we don't really have service down over here, do we? Yeah, we should definitely get some base level services down over this way. So I'm going to put in a well dipper here. I'm going to do a sweeper here and a sentry post here for now. That should definitely help out this area. And then, yeah, that'll give full coverage over here. So that looks good. Now, I forgot what I was going to talk about, except that we definitely need to get these canals down over here built. That'll take some time. Indeed. So this is all absolutely fine for the moment. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about. We don't really need to import obsidian at this time. And yes, we do have some gods that are displeased at our lack of devotion. We could see about maybe building like a great temple. And that will definitely help some matters. This is abysmal symmetry here. I don't suppose we could get some halfway decent symmetry out over this direction somewhere. I mean, weak symmetry here. But no, it's pretty bad, no matter where we build it. I kind of want to put it here. But it is abysmal symmetry. So there is that. But that would be a nice place to put it. This would be another good place to put it, to be honest. And then like a ball court up over here, if we can build one. Yes, we can build a ball court. So something kind of like this. This also is abysmal symmetry, but, you know, I don't think it matters all that much how much symmetry we have. Although, I don't actually want this here. I'm going to remove this before it actually gets started, because I want that a little closer in. Specifically, I want to put the Great Temple here. It was previously here. I want it here. I just don't want to have that road doubled up. So there we go. That'll do just fine. We'll get those underway. That will provide us some citywide services for a number of things. So that seems okay. But the symmetry is not going to be good, no matter how we slice it. So we've got these guys down over here, and we need access to a market. I guess this one technically doesn't access this small market. Interesting. Well, we can certainly put in an additional market down over here. That's not that big of a deal, but we're currently in danger of hitting a clay death spiral. Although it's not as bad as a timber one. But we absolutely need to get these clay pits operating again. So what else do we need over here? Ambience. I don't know about that. We could add an alcove. I'm not sure if alcoves actually provide ambience. But we could definitely add an alcove over here to help boost the diversion. Anyway. And as far as ambience goes, I mean, we do make our own stone. So we can do stone roads. That's no problem. We can just have this whole area over here be boosted up to be stone. Or at least, you know, most of it. Some of this up over here is on swamps, and that would need to be chinampa'd if we wanted to make that fully stone. But this whole area out over here, we can do something like this and at least boost the aesthetics a little bit. Something kind of like that. And then just connect this in up over here and do something like that. Okay. So we'll just have it be something along the lines of this for now. We still need timber in this market, and this Sawyer is not currently being worked. But we have these guys up here that theoretically are being worked. Do we need more housing up here? Probably. At least a little bit. So I'm going to put in a common home here and here and here and here for now. That should all be reached by these services for now. So we may start straining those services. This doesn't quite reach this common home, but sure. A timber death spiral would definitely be bad at this moment, and we are actually kind of in danger of a timber death spiral occurring. Mostly because we really need to get these production buildings staffed up. That is absolutely a danger. So timber is a large concern at this moment. We do have 5 residents here. They need access to a sweeper, but we've got this sweeper here. So that'll reach them. It just needs to have some time. Actually, this sentry post doesn't reach them. So I'm going to preempt the fact that we might have some strained services up over this way by putting a sweeper and a sentry post here, and then a well dipper right over here. But of course, that will require more timber. So that's noted. We need artwork for the ball court. That's it. And the Great Temple, that doesn't require resources. So that all seems fine for now. Disease is rampant. Okay. This is the real danger at this point of a death spiral. We need to get an herbalist built here for sure as a very high priority. And an herbalist here. And an herbalist here. And an herbalist somewhere around here. Those are an incredibly high priority, but those require timber. Okay, this herbalist did get built, and that is going to provide some services out over here. This herbalist hasn't been built yet. This one hasn't even been started at this juncture, and this one's just chilling. So that's noted, but we at least have some herbalist. And they don't have herbs. I get that. We don't have any gardens at this time. We could put some garden plots down here, theoretically, and have gardeners be basically the same as farmers. It's a theoretical option. I don't know that I love it. In fact, I strongly suspect that I don't love it. This herbalist is now operational. That's great. We need this one to be operational. That is absolutely the top priority right now. And this one. This one is actually, I think, a bigger deal. Getting this herbalist operational would be great. What are we doing right now for our budget? Budget is not too bad. I'm going to cut taxes. Overall, I think we're in a decent spot there. We need to get more people into the city, right? That's what we need right now, is workers working our buildings. Because we are in danger of a timber death spiral, but we do have a decent amount of timber in stock right now. So I think it's okay. We need 14 timber for this home and 80 timber for this herbalist. And then down over here, we require 50 timber for this small market and 80 timber for the herbalist. We also need some clay, and that's understood. And then down this direction, oh, the storage, or this porter yard got built. But we need a lot of timber for these canals still, and that's going to be our major concern. This herbalist is now built, so we do have much better health at this point. That's very good. And we see that we're up to good mood. That is very good sign. That's an incredibly good sign. So at this point, we can see that all of these sawyers are operational. I think we're good. No death spiral here. So that looks great. Down over this direction, we can see that we definitely need some additional people working out over here. I'm wondering if it's more of a housing issue, but I don't think it is. I think it's just we need to get this herbalist done. For that to happen, we just need to... Oh, look at this. We now have irrigation. Excellent. We have irrigation in all of our farms. That all finished. So that is a very, very good sign there. That, of course, means that we don't have very much timber deficit remaining. At this point, we can see it's 23 timber is our deficit and 130 stone. So that's not a big deal. At this point, I want to come out over here. We can see that this sawyer is now working again. And we see that the stone quarries over here, they're working. We don't have a mason yard over here, do we? I just realized that. I'm going to put one in right over here. And that can help serve this area out over here as well. I noticed that because these are a little bit damaged. So yeah, mason yard out over here is something that will need to happen. So that's now completed. We could probably fit an additional common home right here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, we see that 2 of our clay pits are now operational. That is, of course, a very big deal. 3 of our clay pits are now operational. At this point, I'm going to cut taxes further. We're doing fine financially. We're taking it down to 5%. And then I'm going to actually boost wages as well, up to 120. We'll see how that goes. As far as our exports go, it looks like we could definitely afford to have additional cotton weavers, and we're probably going to. I'm going to put in 3 additional cotton weavers. 1 here, here, and here. And then we'll just run this road around here and connect it in like that. So we'll get 3 additional cotton weavers in here. That will absolutely be fine. This porter yard is accepting cotton and getting cotton buds, so that seems okay. How many cotton buds do we have down over here? 0 at this time. So we'll see if we need more cotton production. We might. How are we doing on our food? Well, the year just changed over. But it looks okay on the food for now. I think overall things are looking pretty decent as far as this city goes. So that means that we can start doing some expansions in various areas. We are short of elite workers, and to that end, I would like to build a royal palace. I'd like to build that up over here, and actually, we absolutely can. So this is a fine location to build it. Yeah, I don't mind that. We'll build it right there, and that, of course, also means that we need to do this. But we're going to need some gold artwork in order to build this. So that means that we are going to need a singular goldsmith. And I want this to be somewhere near one of these collectors. So right here will do absolutely fine for that. Otherwise, we should have all the resources we need for this royal palace. So that looks good. And we can then bring this area under cultivation if we decide we need to. We should probably do something about the angry gods. That's likely something that we should do. Let's see here. Who's angry? Okay, so these 3 are angry. So I want to get at least a couple shrines to them going. I would like... Okay, some of our workshops are lacking cotton buds. Noted. So we need a shrine to Quetzalcoatl, and this is artisans. I'm going to have that shrine be down over here. Strong symmetry, so that'll do. And then we can do a shrine over here. Strong symmetry, but I don't like that position. This is good symmetry. We'll call that good enough. And then one of these guys. That's weak symmetry, awful symmetry. This is good symmetry. I don't love that positioning, though. This is good symmetry. It's not amazing, but I'm going to do it. So we'll get those going. That will boost up our score with the gods at least a little bit. It's not going to be much. That's for sure. So, I think it's very clear at this point that we are having an issue with our cotton buds, as in we don't have enough. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. We do not have enough cotton buds coming in. So to that end, we can absolutely unpause this construction over here, get started on all of that, and we are going to put in a bunch of farmers' huts here. So one here, one here, one here, not here, hang on, one here, and then one in each of these locations over here, and then this entire area will be cotton buds. This isn't doing it correctly. I guess we'll do it one at a time. That's very awkward. I guess we'll do it this way. There we go. Now we should be doing this correctly. Ish. Correctly-ish. Order of operations is important here, apparently. There we go. So that's going to dramatically increase our cotton production. And that's absolutely fine. This porter yard here is not really best positioned to be able to grab that. This porter yard goes all the way up to here, but it does not grab these two. But this one actually does. So we don't technically need a porter yard down here. All of these houses are covered by the porter yards that we currently possess. So we just need this one to be accepting cotton buds, like that. Okay, so we'll get that underway. We'll get our irrigation online. We'll get these cotton fields under cultivation. That looks good. Let's check in on our food situation. It's marginal. It's kind of borderline. So I think that we should probably expand our food situation down over here. And that's absolutely fine. We can do that quite easily. So we're just going to go through and do farmers' huts here, here, and here. I'm going to do one here and here, and then one here. And the question is, are we going to reach all of these with this granary? And the answer, surprisingly, is yes. I expected we'd have to do a granary down over here, but we do not. Okay, so let's put in a maize field out in this corner here. We'll just get order of operations going. So then this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we'll do chili beds. Okay. Out over here, maize field. And fruit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. And then chili beds. Nice. Next up, more maize. And more fruit. Not here. And then, of course, more chili. Perfect. Okay, now we need to do this a bunch more times. So right up over here, this is going to be 16 maize fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then our chili beds. Wonderful. Oh, this is going on the wrong side. Let's put this down over here. But I'm also going to do this one first then, if we're running into that. It's kind of a weird spot to put the maize for this one. This is not how I normally would do this. I'd normally do it like this, and that's fine. Okay, so now we need chili beds for the rest of that space. And then right down over here. There we go. And chili beds. Cool. So that's all fine. We'll do 16 maize here. And then I guess we'll do the 16 maize over on this side, so that it gets assigned correctly. Yeah, something like that. And then we'll do the fruit trees right down over here. Not there. That is not where that fruit tree was supposed to go, and they instantly built it, unfortunately. So we're going to have to wait for that to finish up. But that's okay. We'll get that removed soon enough. There we go. Now we can put our chili in here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. And then the chili beds. And 1, 2, not there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And chili beds here. There we go. That is going to give us a lot more food production. Of course, it's going to take time to get all of these canals built up, but that is okay. So that is significant food production and significant cotton production as well. We still haven't finished up this farmer's hut, surprisingly. Okay. We no longer have an issue with timber. We've got lots of timber. I'm wondering about housing up over here because we don't have a flautist in this alcove, and we should. So I'm thinking maybe a common home here and here just to boost up our population density in this area. Maybe. So we'll get that going for now, and those will get built eventually. It does take time for our resources to flow down over here. Quetzalcoatl is still displeased by our lack of devotion, but no one else is. So that is artisans, scholars, and priesthood. I think we'll put one down over this way. Did I see a divine symmetry over here? That's average. I did not see a divine symmetry over here. Okay. That's good to know. Best I've seen is average. Which is this right here. And that's what we'll go with. So we'll get that built, and hopefully Quetzalcoatl will be less angry at us. That's the dream, anyway. So this royal palace is still needing 50 gold artwork. This goldsmith, it doesn't have its axe monies, apparently, at this time. But that's okay. It'll happen eventually. But all we need is that gold artwork. So that seems fine. The Great Temple and the Ball Court are going to be built soon enough. They are going to need some nobles, though. And we do have room here to put in some noble housing. So we can do... Oh, I was hoping we could do one here. Unfortunately, we can't. We can do one here, or on this side, or up here, or something along those lines. It's not the end of the world. We can definitely get more of that going. So that seems okay for now. And one thing I'm interested in doing is starting to get this area down here built. And I'm going to unpause all of this. Every single bit of it. We can get started on it. It's a long-term project. I'm not expecting this to be completed anytime soon. But once we get it completed, then this is going to be in a much better state for us in terms of getting all of this built later on. So that'll be fine. Then we can just put a road through here and put in a line of farms whenever we need them. So that sounds good for now. And what other problems are we tracking at this moment? Well, we're still not necessarily fantastic in our maize production. That said, these farms are not fully online yet. It will take them time. We can see that down over here, these maize fields, they need more work, for sure. But for now, this is okay. And all of this will require significant work. Eventually, they'll stop working on it, but for now, this'll do. And this over here, of course, that'll require more work as well. So everything looks relatively good as of now. We can start looking at some of these homes and see they need maize in order to develop. Now, this granary actually reaches both of these markets. So we need maize to come in over here. Now, this is set to getting maize because this is cash crops over here. So why does that not actually have any maize in it? This is accepting, this is getting, and this is getting. So we're just burning through the maize as quickly as we're making it, is what that's telling me. Yes, that is accurate. So we could definitely expand our maize production in these areas down over here. We could even expand it here, and that's honestly probably not a terrible idea to do a row of maize farms here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it should go right here would be where the road would go. And then we'll just take it over to here. I'm not going to build down here yet because that requires chinampas. That's fine. The next question is, how far does this granary reach? Okay, so we want to build on this side for sure. I'm going to put a farmer's hut here, here, and here. And all of these are going to be food production. Now, we may get more cash crop production eventually. That was only 12? That was only 12. Right, some of them went here. Okay, let's just get this completed then. That's not a correct position, but otherwise, this is good. Okay, so we'll do our maize here now. That's more correctly assigned. Not here. Hang on, it goes like that. There we go. And then chili beds for the rest of this. And then maize right down through here. Fruit, 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 and chili. Excellent. So this could be more cash crop space down over here, but for now, I just want to be boosting up our amount of maize. So we'll get that underway. That'll be absolutely fine. It'll take a while before we get all of this fully irrigated. After all, this up over here isn't yet irrigated, is it? It's irrigated on this side, but it's not irrigated on this side. We still need more timber out over here. Interesting. Well, that's fine for now. We will start getting more of these crops grown. So that all looks relatively good for now, but we certainly do need more food production. It is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will finish up some of these structures. I see the ball court is, in fact, done. And that will be absolutely great. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Opera Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Rornaz, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.